Shalom, this is Daniel John Lee with Torah Restoration Ministries. This is episode 48. Which Hebrew roots Messianic Jewish leaders are currently headed for the lake of fire? Or more to the point, my most controversial article that I've ever written a year later. So, I have in my hands right here the article I wrote approximately 1 year ago. It was on December the 12th of 2010 that I wrote the most controversial article that I've ever written. And in this article, I highlight 14 different members, leaders, if you will, of the Hebrew roots Messianic Jewish movement. And I highlight the sin that they've all been in. And so when I wrote this, it caused a huge uproar. There was a whole website that was sort of generated in response to this, declaring me a false prophet. And I wound up actually engaging some of these people, such as Rico Cortez by phone, Jim Staley's wife over email, Facebook, and it caused a great deal of controversy. So I want to take a look at this article that I wrote 1 year ago, and I want to find out how it holds up. Was I a false prophet, or was this article legitimate? So I start off by saying, in order to be an authentic leader, teacher of the Hebrew roots or Messianic movement, you must not only teach correct doctrine, you must obey what you teach. The following specific ministries have failed to do this. We start off, number one, with Michael Rood. And I highlighted that he would launch sales on his items starting on Thursdays, going through Shabbat, usually ending on Sundays or Mondays, which encouraged people to buy on the Sabbath. Now, as far as I know, he no longer does this. I have not seen him do this in a long time. It could be because I was removed from his email list, but I don't think so, because I still get emails from him. So as far as I know, he does not do that. However, Michael Rood does still reject the correct Hebrew calendar in favor of the Yahshua-hating Nehemiah Gordon, who is an Antichrist devil. So Michael Rood continues to fail the test. He makes a god of barley, the Aviv barley. He rejects the idea of waiting until the first new moon after the spring equinox, which is the scriptural manner in which to begin the new year. And in fact, all the barley in Israel will never be fully Aviv throughout the entire land until after the spring equinox. And so Michael Rood fails the test because he does not follow the correct scriptural calendar. Number two, Don Esposito. He does follow the correct scriptural calendar. However, he insists on wearing business suits. And because of the nature of wearing business suits, you have to tuck in your shirt, he cannot show his tzitzit. So he wears his tzitzit under his pants. That is wickedness. He does not have to wear these business suits. And if he's a Messianic leader, he should be showing his tzitzit rather proudly. He's also engineering and continuing to work on a return to the land program, where he continues to wickedly try to gather Ephraim and Judah to the physical land of Israel, just as the Luciferians desire. He wrote a series of letters back in 2008 in which he lauded a lot of these shisty political figures in Israel, trying to garner their favor, and he has not recanted this to this day. Number three, Jim Staley. So I wrote that he held a conference, and he had a conference in Salem, Oregon, an hour south of where I live, and he violated the Shabbat by having hotel workers serve him and other members of his conference on Shabbat. His wife angrily responded to this and said this was not true, but ironically, when this word came out in 2010, they were hosting another conference, this time in Missouri. The Final Return, I think it was called. And there, they were, again, hosting it on Shabbat, where there were hotel workers. People were allowed to pretty much go and buy food if they wanted. There was no mention at the conference that people should not buy food or buy things at the hotel during this time. So they violated this, and his wife actually admitted this to me. So he fails the test. Rito Cortez. Have video where he does not put blue in his fringes. I got a call from Rico Cortez. He admitted that he did do this. His excuse, he didn't have his blue to fill him with him. What a crock. What a bozo. What a fake. Rico Cortez Steele fails the test. Brad Scott, in the summer of 2010, he sold items during the day of Sabbath. He has not repented of this. Scott Dreyer. Scott has told me personally that it's perfectly fine to violate the Sabbath by having caterers and hotel workers serve lunch for a Messianic conference, so he fails the test. Andrew Roth. I said that he was a Kabbalistic devil who openly and brazenly sells his book in order for the uninitiated to learn the so-called secret knowledge he possesses. The Wheel of Stars, it's Kabbalah. It's Kabbalah packaged and with a price on it. You can go to a website called watchpair.org, and you will find a detailed analysis of the Wheel of Stars article and how wicked this whole gospel in the stars is. It's not true. It's false. It's something that's been promoted by Rude, by Andrew Roth, by Avi Ben Mordecai, and it has its roots in devilish astrology. So he continues to fail the test. Eddie Chumney. This man clearly teaches in his book that Yeshu, which is a curse word that Jews use to blot out the name of Yahshua, will appear on the Mount of Olives once all of Ephraim and Yehuda have physically gathered in the land. Chumney has not recanted this. Monte Judah. This man is close partners with Eddie Chumney and believes in the same Luciferian devilish doctrine of physically trying to regather Ephraim and Judah into the land of Israel in order to bring about the appearance of Yeshua, who will actually be the New Age anti-Messiah. Monte Judah fails the test. Bill Cloud. Bill Cloud, he's associated and he's a recommended minister on Eddie Chumney's site. So Bill Cloud is wicked. He's not recanted of this, and I've since learned that he does teach some Kabbalistic-based teachings. Joseph Dumond, in a letter Dumond wrote in 2009, he clearly says he supports and desires a regathering of Judah and Ephraim into the physical land of Israel. He's playing right into the same Luciferian trap that Eddie Chumney is leading people into. Joseph Dumond has not recanted of this. Avi Ben Mordecai, he used to peddle a very Kabbalistic book called Messiah 3, and he questions and puts in doubt the virgin birth of Yahshua from Miriam. Avi Ben Mordecai fails the test. Moshe Konyuchowski, he believes in the lunar or loony Sabbath, so he fails the test. And Norman Willis, he's the author of the book A Post-Millennial Return, in which he also advocates a physical regathering of Judah and Ephraim into the land of Israel, which is nothing but a Luciferian lie that will draw people into spiritual Sodom and Gomorrah, a.k.a. Israel, to bow before Yeshu or Yeshua, the anti-Messiah. All 14 of these individuals have since not recanted any of their stances. If anything, I have found out more damning evidence about these people, such as Andrew Roth and his Wheel of Stars. I can add one more to this list, and that is Lou White. He has a business partner who flagrantly violates the Sabbath. Lou White has not severed ties with this businessman, as far as I'm aware of, and this is wickedness, particularly being a leader of the Messianic movement or self-proclaimed leader of the Messianic movement. For him to be associated with someone who continues to violate the Sabbath is unacceptable. So, it looks like I am a true prophet. It looks like my article, the most controversial article ever written, which can still be read on the front page of my website at spiritandtorah.com, is completely true, completely factual. There is more evidence out there today than there was a year ago about the wickedness and evil of these leaders. So stay away from them. They are wolves in sheep's clothing. There are some messianic ministries that I do, however, recommend. I strongly recommend. FOI, followersofyah.com. They're a great ministry. I know Danny personally. I've spoken with him many times. And it's a great ministry, and they have a lot of great stuff on their website. They give everything away for free, just like our website does. There's also Bereans Online. It's a link that you can find on our website under recommended links. It's a great resource, great study website, and a great place to dig into the Torah, into the renewed covenant, and to learn things. So there are some Messianic ministries out there that I do recommend. They're far and few between, but you can find some gold out there if you search and if you hunt for it. So I hope this was enlightening for you. I hope you all have a blessed Sabbath day. And it looks like there's going to be a total lunar eclipse over here in the Pacific Northwest for early Sabbath morning. So we'll see what that signifies. Shalom. Yah bless. Take care.